interesting few days in Paris. Saw and did quite a lot, and now I'm leaving. As you can see, I'm coming into Melun. I just crossed the Seine, and I think my route home will be slightly different. I think I'm going to use some free auto routes, perhaps for today anyway, even if not tomorrow. I'm keen to put heavily populated areas behind me. There's another river crossing coming up. We'll pass Melun, I think. I'm not sure. Oh, the Loing. I thought I was supposed to say Loire, which would have been a surprise. No, the Loing. The clocks changed yesterday, so still take a little while for the body to adjust to the new time. Now, what is it? It's 1:30, I suppose. I haven't had a chance to change the van at the time. It still says 12:40, so I need to do that. But you can't do that when you're driving. You have to be stationary. Just leaving Lorette and entering, let's see, Nièvre, and another region. I've left the Île-de-Paris, which is the centre of France, or is it? No, Ile-de-France. And I'm close to crossing the Loire. If you can see the cooling towers ahead, they are on the Loire, I think, because France's nuclear power stations are all on the Loire or the Cher, I think. Anyway, that's what is ahead, and I shall soon be crossing the Loire, which doesn't take anywhere near as long in the eastern part of France as it does in the west. And I've seen my first grapevines, which is nice to see, and it's still mild, warm. I'm in my shorts. I'm on an autoroute, a free one, but something very strange is happening in France at the moment, which is the price of fuel. Obviously, with Trump's war, the price of fuel has gone up, but in France, the price of fuel at supermarkets has gone up a lot more than ordinary petrol stations. So a service station just off a motorway is cheaper than a supermarket, which is just so bizarre. Still expensive. It's €2.09 for a litre of diesel, but it's $2.25 or similar in a supermarket. So I believe there may be some pressure put on petrol companies by the government, but I don't know why that's affected this sort of petrol station, but hasn't affected, oh god, queue. Can I be bothered to queue? No, it can't be bothered to queue. I'll get it later. I've got a range of another 400 kilometres, but it's just really strange. But it does mean that I've got even more choice of where to buy fuel. These are big confusing places, these service stations on the autoroute. I find I completely lose my sense of direction. And I'm travelling on the A77, which I presume is a replacement for the N7. I was on the N7 for a little while, saw a couple of old signs, but I missed them with the video. But with any luck, I will travel on the N7 a little bit, although it goes much further east than I think my route goes. I think. Here we are again, back on the A77, and I'm turning off in 8k, so I'll find more fuel then. Come on, Eva. think I must have missed several because on the way north I was going through a department every couple of hours, it felt like, and on the way south I've covered 2 days distance in one day, and I've only seen a couple of signs, which is strange because I've been on much bigger roads. But there you go. One of these situations here. Oh, I didn't get past. All the traffic lights are flashing yellow, which means you have to give way to the right. But the people that were coming from the right had to give way to people coming the other direction from my left now. And so everyone was having to give way to everyone else. So no one was going anywhere. This is a complete guess, but it's the 30th of March. Some petrol stations are showing diesel at 209 and others at 230. So I wonder if the government has said something like until the end of March or until they run out of the fuel that they have. But anyway, I'm sitting in a queue and hopefully there will be fuel there when I get there. Well, this was my overnight stop. It's just outside a place called Charroux. I've been here before, and it was equally as windy as it was last night. Very windy and cold as well. It's very cold. I think it dropped to a couple of degrees. Anyway, here I am with a couple of other campers, and I'm off again. Oh, Spanish and French. And I will be at Paul's, I think, tonight, and then home tomorrow. That's the plan anyway. Charroux is one of the most beautiful villages in France, but it doesn't welcome camper vans, I presume. There are a lot of them, so I won't stop today because, as I say, it's cold. The light is quite harsh because it's very bright, but at the moment the sun is very low. Hoping I will see a sign soon that tells me where I'm going. The sat nav says turn left, so I'll go left. It's a walled place. It is pretty, I do remember it being pretty. No parking signs, so it insists you park on the outskirts where I parked last night. It's not far to walk in, so I will, I'm sure, be back. Autoroute. My sat nav says I'm 1,090 metres above sea level, and the computer also says it's only 2 degrees out there. I've not dared wind the window down to see, but it certainly looks fresh out there. Taking the autoroute for this bit, so oh, the snow. Oh, was snow beside the road. Good grief. I thought I'd left that behind. I'd hoped I'd left that behind. Here we are, 1100, the Col de Fagioli, 1100 metres. I can see 4 miles. Maybe the highest part of my journey. Oh, yeah, and on the right. I don't know if the camera will pick that up. The hills of the Auvergne, I think, covered in snow to the right. Feels a long while since I was driving through here, but it was only last week. But I suppose if you've had a busy time in between, psychologically it feels longer ago. I imagine this must be the old route into Millau before the autoroute, and then of course the viaduct was constructed. I imagine this was the scene of many, many traffic hold-ups. Well, this was my lunch stop, 800 metres up on the plain above Millau. Really dry and sparse on this plateau. Probably my last border for today, should be anyway, because I'm staying in Hérault tonight. So unless I leave it and come back into this department, that's the final one, and then just one more tomorrow. I'm still 750 odd metres up on the plateau of Larzac, which, as you can see, is arid. I'd love to go walking here, but I bet you feel very small in a very large panorama. Interesting sculpture over the entrance to the tunnel. No idea what it signifies, if anything. And roadworks as well. I am dropping towards Lodève, where I turn off, which is another 5k. But this long descent, I remember it from before. I should think every couple of hundred metres drop, the temperature clicks up another degree centigrade. So I'm now at 300 and something degrees, and it's gone up to 13 degrees centigrade. Sorry, 330 metres. So hopefully it's going to be a nice warm afternoon and evening. You can see I'm dropping, instead of being on top of the plain on the left, drop down to a river valley. Right, it's 200 metres above sea level, and the temperature climbed to 15 degrees, which is very pleasant. And I'm off the autoroute, and I have no idea when I'm going to be going on another autoroute. While the price of fuel remains as high as it is, I can't afford to go travelling. I had planned to go to Portugal maybe, or Spain, but with the price of fuel as it is, it's, I don't know, what is it, 30% more than it was when I left England. So I can't afford to travel. So like other people, I think I will be staying put and waiting until the effect of Trump's action has reduced. But warmongers like him cause all sorts of other effects that he either didn't know about or didn't care about. But while Trump's war is going on, I will not be travelling. Instead, staying at home and walking and cycling, I think, instead. Coming out of Le Devre. I don't think there's any more colour on the trees after a week away. It doesn't feel much different. It might be if I compared two photos side by side. Not that I came this way, but you understand what I mean. If it was easy to pull over and take a photo, I would. There's a lovely stand of trees, but as you can see, nowhere to park. Small chateau off to my right as well. You see so much more when you're travelling on smaller roads. This is the D35. You see so much more architecture, history, landscape. The autoroutes might serve a purpose, but I always say life is too short to spend it on autoroutes. And that's because I've seen more since I've turned off the autoroute, really, than in the previous 2 or 3 hours. They were wasted, in a way. This is a place called Lunas. I thought I'd film it because it looked interesting on the sat-nav. If you can tell from the sat-nav, just because there's a bridge, there's a river, and it looked like what it is, an old place, an old river crossing. It might be picturesque. Looks certainly like I am in the south of France, which is lovely. It is obviously part of the reason why I spend so much time here. This type of terrain appeals to me. It's only 13 degrees, but then it is still March. I keep having to tell myself it's still March. There's a restaurant there offering a pilgrim menu, so we're obviously still on the one of the many Chemin de Compostela routes. And more trees, more plane trees. It is Wednesday morning, it's 9:30. Just leaving Paul's, 10 degrees, but sunny, although there is a bit of cloud around. I need to do a food shop, I think, on the way, and then I'll be home. Only that. I am crossing the River Orbe. Suspension bridges. Oh look, swallows. I saw my first swallow a week ago. They haven't made it to England yet, but I suppose they will in the next 2 or 3 weeks. They must be making their way north. fresh here though, but things are improving. I'm amazed that the vines here have new leaves coming out. I hadn't expected that for another 3 or 4 weeks at least, but not all the varieties of vine are have started to show their leaves, but quite a few of them have. In Normandy that never happened until middle of May, and it's the 1st of April today. I'm in a place I think called Roquebrune, which is very picturesque. I have already wandered round here before. A man moving a wine barrel. From the other direction you get the hill and buildings on the hill on the left. You can see them over the bridge, but not so much from this way. Well, this is Cuxagdod. I thought this might be the boundary with the Department of Odd, but it doesn't look like it is. I do need to go to a supermarket at some point. I don't know whether to go here or wait until I'm a little closer to home. I'm still 40 minutes away at the moment. I think I'll probably wait until I'm closer to home